Hey guys, welcome back to days number 5 Gutenberg section design challenge. In today's video, we're gonna explore the loop builder. So the loop builder is one of the most popular and used Gutenberg blocks inside WordPress block. So we are going to explore the loop builder and we are going to understand how the loop builder works. So this is a very basic video for beginners. Later in this series tutorial, we're going to explore the loop builder in different way, which is the advanced loop builder. Using the loop builder, you can create any kind of news layouts, any kind of blog layouts, any kind of archive layouts, and anything that is using custom post types, which is required the loop. So without further any delay, let's jump into my computer. So first of all, if you take a loop at here, this is our design, and in this design we have displayed here, which is a simple blog image, dates and comments, at the same time blog title and excerpt. So basically it's just simple a blog sections. So if you understand this basic video, then you'll be able to create any kind of blog sections in a future. For this tutorial, I just added simple blog because it's basic version. So let's dive into my WordPress dashboard here, create a new page. Okay, so right now if I take a look at my post, there is no blog post here. It's completely empty. So I'm going to install a plugin called dummy post, where I will install and import some dummy post inside my WordPress. So when you're working on your client websites, the client will provide you the post. If they do not provide you the post content, then you can use the dummy plugin. And obviously for test purpose, you can use dummy content. As of now, right now, I'm using the same here. So do not get confused. On your client projects, you should ask your client, hey, give me the original content, and then implement inside your client website. So let's go to the plugins and click add new or add plugins. Let's type here dummy, D-U-M-M-Y content. So dummy content, I just type here, and you can see the first one, which is created by Deepak Anand, the dummy content generator. Install now. Click activate. Go to dummy content generator from here on the left hand side. And as you can see, I want to add some dummy post. Click generate post. Now select the post here and select the number of posts. I'm going to add here 15 blog posts. And also make sure you have checked featured image here and then click generate post. Okay, so dummy content has been added here. Now if I go to all posts here, so as you can see, there are total 15 posts that has been added. Now if I want to display the post using loop grid or loop builder, I should have created a new page, and inside that page, let's add the loop grid. Now close this one because this is the default one from WordPress itself. Close and type here loop builder basic. So now I can simply type slash and type here loop builder or query loop, or if you want, you can simply click on this plus icon and type here query loop, or you can simply just navigate here. I'm just type here, which is more faster. Now select, hit enter, and then click choose, or you can start blank. So if I click choose, you can see there are some pre-built templates based on theme. I'm using the default theme. If you're using any other theme or any other FAC theme, then it will have different layout, the pattern. So the theme owner created those patterns so that you can use it inside your website. At the same time, you can create your own pattern at the same time, and we're going to explore them later in this series tutorial here. Now I'm going to close this one and click start blank. And when you start blank, still it has some style guide here. You can see the title and date, title, excerpt, title, date and excerpt at the same time, then image, date and title. So it doesn't matter, you can choose any of them and you can edit, you can remove, or you can change any of them from here. I'm going to choose the simple one here. If you take a look at here, it has just title and date, nothing else. Now close this one and click publish. And those are the posts that is displaying here. I'm going to view the page as of now so that you can understand what is this content for? So if you take a look at here, those are posts that has been created recently. To understand or confirm yourself, you can simply navigate to dashboard and then go to the post, and you can see here all the posts that has been displaying here, like fruit course, it's displaying from sync or async. You can change it as well from the loop builder. Now we just confirm that this is post. Now let's add this post, or let's make it similar to our design, so that when you click on image or this title, it will go back or navigate to the single post page. Now this is the most interesting tutorial in this playlist, and most useful or widely used block here. So now make sure you have keep the post template. This part you should keep this one, and you can remove the title, you can remove the date, you can remove paginations, and you can keep the no search results. Pagination is simply like, if you want to put pagination anywhere, you can keep that pagination part. But if you want to use just simple display 6 posts or 8 posts, then you do not need pagination. Remove that part from here. Just for this tutorial, we are gonna keep the pagination here. Now let's remove the title, or we can keep the title, no worry at all. Now let's take a look at the design first. So first of all, if you take a look at here, this design has a fixed width, which is, if you look at our design, 1264 pixel, and we're going to increase the loop builder width here. When I select the loop builder and select this width or the layout options, we can see there is a wide width. We can make it wide with 1340 pixel wide. So let's make it 1340 pixel wide. It should work perfectly. And now follow the one by part here. So first of all, I'm going to add a featured image. Now let's add a featured image above the title, because that featured image is displaying above the title. I have added slash, then type here featured, and when I type FEA, as you can see, the featured image is appearing perfectly. Select feature and it's bigger, right? You scroll down, there is a title, and if you take a look at the design, before the title there is date and comments, and there is also you can add user, you can add author. We can explore that later. Let's drag this date, click here above the title, that's it. And below the title there is another part which is excerpt. Let's go back to our page and click on 3 dots, click after or add after here. Now type here excerpt. So as you can see, when I select the excerpt from here, I can max number of words, I can adjust them from here. We're gonna explore that later when we are making it similar to our design. Now it's time to make them group first. So I'm going to select the featured image and holding the shift key from the keyboard, and then click excerpt and make all of them into a group. And now select the template from here. And inside the template, when I select the template, you can see at the top toolbar, there is an option called grid view. So I'm going to select the grid view because I want to display them as a column like the Figma design. Let's go to the page edit and select the grid view from here. And as you can see, it looks column and it looks like similar to this one, but not exactly 100% similar. We're gonna make it similar as much as we can, except the typography. Because the typography, we cannot add individual typography here until we have added it globally. And as I shared in our previous video, we are not going to use global color and typography here as of now. If I take a look at here, the image has height 280 pixel and the width is 400 pixel. We are not going to adjust the width, but let's see if there is an options to adjust the height. When I select the image here, go to the styles tab. As you can see, there is an options called height. Let's make it 280 pixel height. And you can see there's an options called scale, which is cover container fill. And it's a good practice to use cover. Now let's adjust the font size here. If you take a look at here, there is a date and there is a title. Let's take a look at the title and select here the font size is 20 pixel, which is DM Sans. Now select the title H2, make it title a link. So make the title a link. That means when someone click on this title, they will navigate to the single post page. So let's make it link. And you can also link relation, which is like open a new tab or follow or no follow link. So it's something kind SEO related. Now let's select the title again and go to the styles tab and make the font size 20 pixel. So it's really small, and at the same time let's make it medium and go back again, select here, let's make the font family or appearance to be medium, or I would say bold, so that it looks a little bit different than the paragraph one. And check at the paragraph font size, which is 16 pixel. Go back to the editor again and change the paragraph size from the styles tab and go to this custom, make it 16 pixel. And if you take a look at here, there is 2.5 line of paragraph. So 2.5, so not exactly half, but let's make it 2.5 line a paragraph here. Now let's select the excerpt, and here you can see the number of words. Let's reduce. So I would like to keep this 20 words, which looks perfect to me as of now. So 18, or let's make it 18. 18 looks good to me, which is 2.5 line. Perfect. Now click save and then go to the loop builder, hit enter. So as you can see, we have created our loop builder, and that looks like this. We can adjust more. So now if you are satisfied, you can keep this like this way, but if you do not want to keep it like this way, there is a huge opportunity. You can apply a lot of things like border radius, background color, border, user, author, other information here. Let's add them and explore. So let's first add read more, and you can see there is like small icons here, so you can make it like this way, and or you can just add read more here. If you want, you can adjust the read more button by adding some custom code, but our goal is to not use the custom code for this tutorial. Now let's take a look at here, the gap between the grid item. It's very important. There is a bigger gap. Let's click here and press Alt from your keyboard, 32 pixel left, right, and at the same time 50 pixel gap. So let's make it 35 pixel all over the place here. When I select the post template, go to the styles and let's make it 35 pixel. Perfect. Now one of the most important things that I have forgot to share with you, if you take a look at here, the post query loop, from here you can see there is few other options inside the query loop builder. So if you take a look carefully, there is an option called setting. Inside the setting you can see there is a post, page, and product. So literally you can display your product using the query loop builder, and I have created several videos that you can understand. If you take a look at inside my channel, which is I have displayed product using query loop, so you can take a look, and if you want to practice yourself, I will attach the video link into the descriptions as well. Now as you can see, there is a product. If I select the product, it will be displaying product here. So now if I select the post again, and if you create any custom post types, it will be displaying here as well. So I'll show you how to create a custom post types and display dynamic contents. This will be another series tutorial. So I'd like to request you, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned, there will be more learn in the future. And you can change the order by to newest to oldest or oldest to newest, and you can also change alphabetical order like A to G or G to A, so you can change it easily. And there is a sticky post. You can ignore, you can include, or you can exclude here. So post item per page, as of now it's displaying 10 posts, but I'd like to make it 9 posts here. And there is a filter. Okay, I'm sorry, there should be 9. And there is also an filter. So taxonomies, author, keyword, and formats. So if you select taxonomies, you can display post based on taxonomies. If you select author, you can display post based on author. So you can filter the author. If I select the taxonomy, you can search here the category, tags, and display them as per the category and tags. Let's reset all of them from here. I don't need to display them because this is not for this tutorial, but I have explained a lot and it increased the video length as well. So let's add some additional information here. Let's click after and type here tags. So it will display the tags here, and also add after. Let's type here author. So it will display the author name here, and the author name is Riad Mahmud here. And if I click over here, let's make it 16 pixel or 14 pixel, because I would like to make it small, 14. And let's make this one as 14. Okay, so this one is, I think, probably is displaying as a 14 pixel. So I have added 3 different items here, which is date, category, and author. So you can add comments as well. Now let's make them, or let's select all of them by pressing Shift from the keyboard and make them row. So this is how the row useful, and how you can use row, make things perfect here. Now if you want to display a line between each item, you can do it. Select after, add the pipeline from your keyboard, and then hit Riad Mahmud, then click in 3 dots and add before, and add another pipeline here. Now select all of them, or you can select the row from here and go to Styles tab and reduce the block spacing. So let's make it 5 pixel, and that's it. If I click save and reload the page, so as you can see, we have added dates, we have added category, and we have added the author name, we have added a title, button, and if I click on this title, it will take me to the single post page. And this is how useful it is, and you can create literally any kind of layouts. You can adjust the spacing using the row spacing, group spacing. And I hope you enjoyed this video. But before closing this video, I just wanted to show you, if I select the featured image, as you can see, there is another options, link to post. So you can literally link the featured image to a post as well. Also, there is a new tab options. Just click save and go to Loop Builder and reload. So now if I click on this image, it will gonna take me to single post page. Click image and boom, it's displaying here. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and that's it for today. Thanks for watching.